When I look back, I realized that my journey began with a strong life philosophy. I was just a young man who had faced countless rejections. I failed my university entrance exams multiple times, and even after graduation, I was rejected by dozens of companies. I still remember being the only one out of 24 applicants who didn't get a job at KFC. But it was through these experiences that I learned a fundamental truth. No one will believe in you until you believe in yourself. My life philosophy helped me push forward, even when it felt like everything was against me. The first lesson I learned was to look within. Many people waste time on trivial matters, on distractions, and on fears. But when you build a clear purpose, you can see what truly matters and what doesn't. In the early days of Alibaba, I knew we weren't the strongest or the smartest, but we believed in our vision. This confidence allowed us to ignore the no's and keep moving forward. And this same vision let us reach people and inspire change because it was authentic. A solid life philosophy also means being adaptable. Life's greatest plans are ultimately about flexibility. When you work to change yourself rather than the conditions around you, you find a strength that shows up in every action. This ability to adapt is what turns every obstacle into an opportunity for growth. I learned to embrace change and avoid being tied to a fixed idea of success. Life is always moving, and our success depends on our ability to keep up and be prepared. Another essential point is understanding that living with purpose also means committing to the future. A life philosophy helps us build each day with a greater meaning, knowing that what we plant today will flourish tomorrow. I remember when we started Alibaba, we had so little, but I never doubted that if we put our vision into practice, we would grow. Every great journey begins with a firm belief and small steps taken with care. Over time, I realized that the true value of a life philosophy lies in its ability to guide us in any situation. It gives us the courage to act and the resilience to continue, even when results take time. And little by little, it transforms our lives, not through hurry, but through persistence. In the end, the philosophy that guides us is what gives meaning to our success. One of the most significant lessons I learned on my journey was about prioritizing what truly matters. So often we waste our time and energy on trivial things, on situations that seem urgent but hold no real weight for our future. When I started Alibaba, we had no money, no technology, no contacts. All we had was a vision, and that vision helped us stay focused. Let me tell you, it's easy to get lost in a sea of tasks and distractions, but when you know what truly matters, you can build something great, even starting with almost nothing. In those early days, many people thought we were crazy. An e-commerce platform in China seemed absurd. But I chose to commit to that vision and to ignore the noise that didn't help us grow. At the start of any big dream, countless things compete for your attention. Yet, true success is built by those who stay clear about where they want to go and don't stray from what matters. This choice gives you an incredible strength, one that shields you from doubt and keeps you on track, even when the path is uncertain. Success doesn't come from doing everything, it comes from doing what's necessary with dedication. I learned to prioritize our customers above all. Putting them first was what fueled our direction and growth. This decision was fundamental. Instead of trying to please investors, we focused on delivering the best to those who mattered most. Every action needs a larger intention, something that takes us further. When our energy aligns with our goals, each step becomes more powerful. This clarity about priorities changes how we approach every day. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, but it's liberating when you focus on what truly makes a difference. At Alibaba, for example, our challenges were immense, but we knew that solving real problems for real people would give us purpose. There's no time to waste when you understand the value of your choices. Every task gains meaning, transforming work into something worthwhile. Prioritizing means choosing what fuels your growth and ignoring what drains it. It's a daily decision that involves understanding what matters and what doesn't. Step by step, the future we dream of draws closer because we put our efforts into what truly counts. This choice is what keeps us moving forward. After all, you only build something great when you dedicate your time to what truly holds value. One of the most powerful tools we have is our attitude. I often say that attitude is a choice. It doesn't matter where you are in life, rich, poor, at the start of your career, or at the top. Your attitude shapes everything. I remember when I was earning very little as a teacher. Even then, I chose to show up each day with enthusiasm, with the mindset that I was there to make a difference. That positive attitude set the foundation for everything I would achieve later. Having a proactive attitude means you don't sit and wait for things to happen. Instead, you create opportunities. I've met countless young people who say they want to succeed, but they're waiting for the right time or the perfect opportunity. I tell them, if you wait, you'll be waiting forever. When you take action, you're already one step closer to your goal. This proactive approach was what fueled Alibaba's early days. We weren't waiting for someone to give us a chance. We were determined to make our own. Life doesn't guarantee success, but when you bring the right attitude, you create possibilities where none seem to exist. There were days when I felt completely lost, but I kept pushing forward, showing up with that same positive spirit. People often underestimate the power of this mindset. A positive attitude isn't about ignoring reality. It's about choosing to see solutions instead of obstacles. A proactive and positive attitude also affects the people around you. When I started Alibaba, I knew that if I wanted a dedicated team, I needed to be the first one to show dedication. Attitudes are contagious, and when you demonstrate that kind of energy, it spreads. It gives people confidence, and together, you can accomplish far more than anyone thought possible. This spirit created the resilient, innovative team that built Alibaba. So remember, it's not about waiting for conditions to be perfect or opportunities to come knocking. Life rewards those who bring a positive outlook and take action. With the right attitude, every challenge becomes a stepping stone, and every setback becomes fuel for growth. That is the real power of a positive and proactive attitude. How we approach the future determines how we live today. For me, life is all about anticipation, not apathy. When I started Alibaba, I believed that technology would change the world, even though many people were skeptical. I had a clear vision of a digital future, one where small businesses could thrive globally. This belief in what the future could be gave us purpose. It's a simple truth. When you anticipate what's to come, you find clarity, and clarity brings power. Living with a sense of anticipation allows us to set meaningful goals. Without a clear direction, we're just drifting, vulnerable to the influence of others' dreams instead of our own. Many people spend their lives without a true vision, simply reacting to whatever comes. But when we take charge of our future, when we anticipate what we want, we can shape our present actions toward that vision. This is what it means to truly live with purpose. Embracing anticipation doesn't mean ignoring challenges or fears. It means seeing beyond them. We knew that building Alibaba in China, where few people had even heard of the internet, was a huge risk. But we didn't let fear define our path. Instead, we focused on the potential we believed was out there. I always told my team, we're here to make a difference, not just for ourselves, but for the generations to come. That belief in the future kept us moving, no matter how tough things got. Success is never a solo journey. It's built on the foundation of relationships. From day one at Alibaba, I knew we couldn't achieve anything alone. I always believed in the power of community, the strength that comes from lifting each other up. We're all interconnected, and no one succeeds without the help of others. I learned early on that we have to care for each other to truly succeed. Community is what gave us resilience. In those early days, we didn't have money, technology, or experience. What we had was each other. My team and I shared a vision and a strong belief in what we were building. I remember telling them that our work wasn't just for ourselves, it was for everyone we could impact. This sense of purpose bound us together and gave us the strength to keep going, even when times were hard. In any community, there's give and take. You have to be willing to support others as much as you receive support. At Alibaba, our priority was always to create a culture where people felt valued and understood. I believed that if we put our customers and employees first, success would follow. This approach built trust, and trust is the foundation of any strong relationship. When people feel respected and valued, they go above and beyond. I often say that intelligence and emotional intelligence are essential, but love, a genuine care for others, is equally important. This LQ, love quotient, is what makes a company or a community thrive. When you work with people who care for each other, challenges become opportunities and victories are shared. This sense of community is what helped Alibaba grow into what it is today. So remember, Success isn't a race you run alone. It's a collective effort that gains strength through the relationships you build. When you work with others toward a common goal, you create something that lasts. True success is shared. It's the strength of community that makes it meaningful. One of the greatest lessons I learned is that true self-esteem comes from self-improvement. I often tell people that it's not enough to want success. You must be willing to work on yourself every single day. Success isn't something you can copy from others. It's something you build from within. When I faced countless rejections, it would have been easy to doubt myself. But instead, I focused on becoming a better version of myself, no matter the circumstances. That's where my sense of worth truly came from. Building self-esteem is like training a muscle. It requires consistent effort. People sometimes think self-worth is about proving something to others, but real confidence is quiet. It's knowing you're doing your best no matter what. At Alibaba, we had to work harder than most. Our circumstances forced us to be innovative, to push limits we didn't even know we had. This journey taught me that self-improvement isn't about competing with others. It's about challenging yourself to keep growing. Each step we take toward improvement, no matter how small, strengthens us. It's like stacking bricks to build a strong foundation. When we started Alibaba, we had countless setbacks, but each failure taught us something valuable. I learned to view every obstacle as an opportunity for growth. This mindset allowed us to improve gradually until we could stand strong. Success isn't built overnight. It's a series of small victories along the way. When we commit to self-improvement, we become resilient. Life will test us, and if we aren't prepared to adapt and learn, we'll struggle to keep up. I believe that a person's true value isn't measured by their achievements alone, but by their willingness to keep growing. The world changes rapidly, and we must be willing to change with it. By constantly working on ourselves, we prepare for whatever challenges may come our way. In the end, self-esteem isn't something others can give you. It's something you earn by staying true to your journey of growth. Each day offers a chance to become a bit stronger, a bit wiser, and a bit more prepared for the future. Personal success is built one step at a time, with each step bringing us closer to who we are meant to be. One of the most important aspects of my life philosophy is thinking long-term. I believe that when we focus only on immediate gains, we miss out on real opportunities for growth. Many people chase quick success, but they lose sight of what matters most. I learned early on that great things require time. At Alibaba, we didn't expect instant success. We knew that building something meaningful would be a long journey, and we were ready to invest in that journey. Long-term planning requires a willingness to make adjustments. I often remind my team that it's okay to make mistakes as long as we learn from them. The sooner we correct our course, the better prepared we are for what lies ahead. When we started Alibaba, we faced countless challenges, but each one taught us something valuable. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, we saw them as lessons that would prepare us for future success. This approach to planning has been a guiding force throughout our journey. A meaningful life isn't about avoiding risks. It's about managing them wisely. We have to think carefully about each decision and its impact on our future. Life has a way of throwing surprises at us, and when we plan for the long term, we're better prepared to face them. By looking at the bigger picture, we can stay focused on our goals and avoid being swayed by short-term obstacles. This perspective helps us build a legacy that stands the test of time. Thinking ahead also gives us purpose. When we plan with the future in mind, we create a sense of direction. This clarity helps us stay motivated even when things get tough. At Alibaba, we always looked beyond the challenges of the present moment. Our vision was clear, and that vision kept us moving forward, no matter the difficulties we faced. Long-term planning gave us the courage to continue, even when the road seemed uncertain. In the end, a well-crafted life philosophy and a commitment to long-term planning create a strong foundation for success. We can't always predict the future, but we can prepare for it. By building with intention, we create a future that reflects our deepest values and aspirations. This is how we transform our dreams into reality one step at a time. For me, learning has always been a lifelong commitment. I believe that the moment we stop learning is the moment we stop growing. Knowledge is powerful, but it's also a responsibility. It allows us to make better decisions, to approach challenges with a new perspective. When I was young, I was always curious. always eager to learn from others. This curiosity has been one of the keys to my journey. When we learn, we expand our possibilities and gain the confidence to face the unknown. Books have been some of my greatest teachers. They offer us a world of insights, allowing us to learn from people we may never meet. I remember reading about entrepreneurs who overcame impossible odds, and their stories gave me hope. Through reading, I realized that every successful person has faced failure, and that failure is simply a step in the journey. Books can be a guide, a source of wisdom, especially when we're facing our own doubts and fears. Continuous learning is a habit that keeps us sharp. In today's world, change happens fast, and the skills we have today may not be enough tomorrow. I encourage everyone to embrace a mindset of growth. Whether through books, courses, or even conversations, there's always something to learn. At Alibaba, we foster a culture of learning because we know that as long as we keep growing, we'll always be ready for the next challenge. Knowledge is an investment in ourselves and in the future. Learning is also about humility. It's about accepting that we don't know everything and being open to new ideas. I've seen people fail because they believed they had nothing left to learn. When we stay humble and curious, we remain adaptable. This willingness to learn is what allowed us to build Alibaba in a time when the internet was still new in China. We knew we didn't have all the answers, but we were eager to find them. In the end, learning is what keeps life exciting. It reminds us that there's always more to discover, always more to achieve. Each lesson we learn brings us closer to our goals. Through learning, we unlock our potential and open doors to new opportunities. This is the power of continuous learning. It keeps us moving forward, no matter where we start. Discipline is a cornerstone of success. I've often said that discipline is the highest form of self-respect. It's about committing to our goals, even when the journey gets tough. When I first started Alibaba, I had to make many sacrifices. Success demands that we make difficult choices, that we stay focused on our vision, even when distractions arise. Discipline isn't easy, but it's essential for anyone who wants to achieve greatness. Commitment to oneself is the foundation of any long-lasting success. I learned that if I couldn't keep promises to myself, I couldn't expect others to trust me. Discipline gives us confidence, a sense of control over our own lives. At Alibaba, we faced many long nights, countless hours of work, but we were driven by a commitment to our dream. When we choose discipline, we choose to honor our goals, to show up every day, even when it's hard. Discipline also builds resilience. Life will test us, and those tests can either break us or make us stronger. Every time we stick to our commitments, we build mental strength. This resilience is what helped me overcome failures. No matter how many times I was rejected, I knew that as long as I stayed disciplined, I would eventually find my way. Discipline creates a steady foundation, one that remains strong even when life throws unexpected challenges. Personal commitment is about holding ourselves accountable. It's easy to make excuses, to blame others or our circumstances, but discipline requires that we take full responsibility for our actions. At Alibaba, we made mistakes, and each time, we took ownership of those mistakes. We didn't look for someone to blame, we looked for solutions. This commitment to growth and improvement is what kept us moving forward. In the end, discipline is what turns dreams into reality. It's what separates those who simply wish for success from those who achieve it. By choosing discipline and staying committed to ourselves, we create a path to a future that reflects our deepest values and goals. This is the power of discipline. It transforms our aspirations into achievements. One of the most powerful lessons I've learned is how to face the past without letting it hold me back. We all have moments in our lives that didn't go as planned. We all carry memories of failures, of missed opportunities, but the past is not meant to be a burden. It's meant to be a teacher. When I look back, I see every failure, every rejection as a lesson that shaped me. The past gave me the strength to keep going, to become better, not bitter. Wisdom comes from understanding that the past is over and that it can't be changed. All we can do is learn from it. When I was rejected by so many companies, including KFC, I could have let that rejection define me. But instead, I used it as fuel to move forward. The past is like a book we can revisit, but we don't have to live there. Each experience gave me insight into what I could improve, and each lesson made me stronger. Letting go of the past doesn't mean forgetting it. It means using it as a foundation for growth. At Alibaba, we had many challenges, many failures, but we always took time to reflect, to understand what went wrong, and to learn from it. This process allowed us to grow, to innovate, and to avoid making the same mistakes twice. The past taught us resilience, a lesson that would be crucial for our journey. Wisdom also means forgiving yourself. We're all human, and we all make mistakes. There were moments when I doubted myself, when I wondered if I was making the right choices, but I learned that holding on to regrets only slows us down. True wisdom is about accepting our flaws, understanding our mistakes, and moving forward with a clear heart. In the end, facing the past with wisdom allows us to live fully in the present. It frees us to focus on what lies ahead, to build a future unburdened by regret. This is the power of perspective. It lets us use our experiences as stepping stones to a life filled with purpose and growth. An inspiring vision is what drives us forward, especially during tough times. I believe that success is not about what you achieve in a single day, but about what you build over time. When we started Alibaba, our vision wasn't just to create an e-commerce platform. It was to empower small businesses and open doors that were once closed to them. This purpose gave us strength, direction, and the resilience to keep going. A clear vision is the light that guides you when everything else seems uncertain. Planning for the future means understanding where you want to go and believing you can get there. So many people focus on short-term gains, but real success comes from building something that lasts. I always told my team that our mission was to look beyond profits and create value for the future. That's why I believe that if you don't have a vision that inspires you, you'll lose motivation along the way. A true vision keeps you moving, even when the road is long and filled with obstacles. When you have a vision, every setback becomes part of the journey. At Alibaba, we faced countless rejections, but our purpose helped us stay on course. We weren't just working for today, we were building for tomorrow. Our vision was bigger than ourselves, and that's what kept us going. This is why I often remind young entrepreneurs that a great vision is not just about personal success. It's about creating something that benefits others, something meaningful that lasts. Having a vision also means having the courage to look ahead, even when it's challenging. Sometimes people get stuck because they're afraid of the unknown, but when your vision is clear, you know why you're moving forward, and you're less likely to be held back by fear. Building Alibaba in a time when most people didn't believe in the internet was risky, but our vision made the risk worthwhile. We knew we were building something that would change lives. In the end, an inspiring vision is a gift you give to yourself and to the world. It's the driving force that keeps you motivated and focused. With a clear vision, you create a future that reflects your deepest values and aspirations. This is the power of an inspiring vision. It transforms your dreams into reality and gives meaning to every step you take. True success is never just about individual achievement. It's about creating a positive impact on the world around us. I've always believed that when we help others, we lift ourselves as well. When I started Alibaba, one of my main goals was to make a difference for small businesses. I wanted to level the playing field, to give those without resources a chance to reach the global market. In the end, the success of Alibaba was built on a simple principle. By helping others succeed, we found our own success. At Alibaba, we always focused on creating value for everyone involved, not just our shareholders. Our philosophy was that customers came first, employees second, and investors third. Many investors questioned this approach, but it was the right decision for us. By prioritizing people over profits, we created a culture of trust and respect. This mutual contribution built a strong foundation, one that helped us grow sustainably over time. Mutual contribution means understanding that we're all part of a larger ecosystem. In business and in life, the impact of our actions extends beyond ourselves. I've always encouraged my team to think about how we can use technology to solve real problems, to create opportunities for others. When we contribute to the growth of others, we're contributing to the growth of society as a whole. It's a cycle. By helping others, we create a better world for everyone. One of my core beliefs is that success is a shared journey. No one can achieve greatness alone. We all rely on each other. I've met so many people along the way who taught me valuable lessons, who encouraged me when I felt like giving up. Their support reminded me of the importance of giving back. By building a culture of contribution, we create an environment where everyone feels valued and motivated to do their best. In the end, mutual contribution is what makes success meaningful. It's not about what we take, but about what we give. When we focus on creating value for others, we create a legacy that lasts far beyond our own lifetime. This is the true measure of success, making a positive impact and inspiring others to do the same. Self-awareness is the foundation of growth. Knowing who you are, understanding your strengths and weaknesses, is essential for personal and professional success. When I first started my journey, I had to learn a lot about myself. I wasn't the smartest, and I didn't have the most resources, but I knew I had a vision and the determination to see it through. Building self-esteem is not about comparing yourself to others. It's about recognizing your own value and the unique qualities you bring to the table. Self-awareness is also about facing your limitations. At Alibaba, we had to be realistic about what we could and couldn't do. I often told my team that it's okay to admit when we don't know something. In fact, that's how we grow. When we acknowledge our weaknesses, we create space for learning and improvement. This honest approach helped us become stronger as a team and as individuals. Self-esteem is built not on perfection, but on the willingness to improve. Knowing your strengths allows you to leverage them, to maximize your potential. Each of us has unique talents, and self-awareness helps us identify them. By focusing on what we do best, we can make a meaningful impact. This is true not just in business, but in every aspect of life. I learned to trust my instincts, to rely on my strengths, and to improve where I was lacking. This balance is what helped me build confidence over time. Self-esteem grows as we overcome challenges. Each obstacle we face teaches us something new about ourselves. I remember the countless rejections I faced early in my career. Each no was an opportunity to reflect, to understand my own resilience. Self-esteem is a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you can handle whatever life throws your way. It's a sense of inner strength that no one can take away from you. In the end, self-awareness and self-esteem are powerful tools. They allow us to navigate life's challenges with grace, to stay true to ourselves in a world that often pushes us to be something we're not. When we know who we are, we can face any challenge with courage and authenticity. This is the true value of self-esteem. It gives us the confidence to walk our own path no matter where it leads. One of the greatest risks in life is inaction. Doing nothing, avoiding challenges, staying in our comfort zones. These are the things that hold us back from reaching our full potential. I've seen too many people who have incredible dreams but never take the first step. They wait, thinking the right time will come. But the truth is, there's never a perfect moment. Success belongs to those who are willing to move forward, even when it's difficult or uncertain. In the early days of Alibaba, we didn't have the luxury of waiting. Every day was an opportunity to take action, to make progress, no matter how small. Inactivity kills ambition, but action fuels it. Even when we were unsure of the outcome, we kept pushing forward. This proactive approach kept us motivated and allowed us to build momentum. When you're willing to move, you create opportunities, and every small victory leads to the next. Inactivity also stifles creativity. When we're stagnant, we stop learning, we stop growing, and we lose sight of what's possible. I've always encouraged my team to try new things, to take risks, and to be willing to fail. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. By staying active, by taking risks, we open ourselves up to new ideas and possibilities. This mindset of action has been one of the driving forces behind Alibaba's success. Action creates confidence. When we take steps toward our goals, we build self-trust. It's easy to feel paralyzed by fear, but each step forward reduces that fear. At Alibaba, we didn't have everything figured out, but we trusted that if we kept moving, we'd find our way. Inaction, on the other hand, breeds doubt and insecurity. When we avoid challenges, we let fear control us. But when we take action, we take control of our lives. In the end, life is about movement. Success is a journey, not a destination, and the only way to reach it is by taking consistent action. Don't let inactivity be the reason you don't achieve your dreams. Embrace the power of action and let it guide you toward the future you desire. Learning from others is one of the most valuable tools we have. No one achieves success alone. We all need guidance, advice, and encouragement along the way. Throughout my journey, I've had the privilege of learning from so many people, whether it was mentors, colleagues, or even competitors. Each one taught me something valuable. I learned that wisdom is everywhere, and those who are willing to listen gain a deeper understanding of the world. When we're open to learning from others, we avoid unnecessary mistakes. There's a saying that experience is the best teacher, but I believe learning from others' experiences is even better. Each person has a unique perspective, a unique lesson to offer. I remember the early days at Alibaba when we faced challenges that seemed impossible. By listening to the experiences of those who had walked similar paths, we found solutions we hadn't considered. Learning from others also fosters humility. It reminds us that no one has all the answers. I've always encouraged my team to seek advice, to learn from others' successes and failures. This openness to learning has been one of Alibaba's strengths. In a fast-changing world, those who are willing to learn are the ones who adapt and thrive. We never stopped learning, and that's what kept us ahead. The joy of learning from others is that it creates a sense of connection. It reminds us that we're all part of a larger story, a larger journey. When we share knowledge, we grow together. Each conversation, each shared experience adds to our understanding, helping us see beyond our own limitations. This shared wisdom is a powerful resource, one that has shaped every step of my journey. In the end, learning from others is a gift we give ourselves. It enriches our lives, expands our perspectives, and brings us closer to our goals. So, seek out those who inspire you, who challenge you, and who make you think. There is always more to learn, and each lesson brings us closer to becoming the best version of ourselves. True success isn't just about achieving goals, it's about living a meaningful life. I believe that life is a journey, one that should be filled with purpose and joy. At the end of the day, it's not about how much we have or how far we go. It's about the impact we make, the people we touch, and the experiences we cherish. For me, success is not just a destination, but a way of life, one that brings fulfillment each day. A meaningful life requires us to connect with our purpose. For years, I worked hard to build Alibaba, not just to create a business, but to create something that would make a difference. When we live with purpose, every day becomes an opportunity to contribute, to make a positive impact. This sense of purpose has been my guiding light, helping me navigate the ups and downs of life with clarity and focus. Finding meaning also means appreciating the journey itself. So many people focus only on their end goals, but life is happening now. I learned that the small moments, the everyday interactions, are what make life truly fulfilling. Each step, each challenge, and each success is part of the story. This perspective has helped me stay grounded, to find joy even in the simplest of moments. A meaningful lifestyle is one that values balance. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of success, but true fulfillment comes from harmony. I've always believed in working hard, but I also believe in taking time to recharge, to connect with family, to enjoy life. This balance is what allows us to keep going, to stay inspired, and to enjoy the fruits of our labor. In the end, a meaningful life is about more than just achievements. It's about creating a legacy, one that brings happiness and purpose to ourselves and others. This is the journey we're all on, the journey to live fully, to love deeply, and to leave the world a little better than we found it.
In a world where success is often measured by speed and instant results, Jack Ma's perspective challenges the norm. Reflecting on his own journey, filled with setbacks, rejections, and relentless persistence, he shared powerful life principles that transformed his path and the lives of millions who look up to him. During this session, Jack Ma highlighted the undeniable importance of a solid life philosophy, the need to prioritize what truly matters, and the transformative power of a positive, proactive attitude. He didn't shy away from addressing the future, reminding everyone that success is built on long-term vision and community strength. Jack revealed how self-esteem is fueled by self-improvement, the courage to confront past mistakes, and the value of mutual contribution in creating a better world. For Jack, continuous learning and discipline are not just practices but essential commitments to oneself, and he urged everyone to see each failure as a building block, not a barrier. Jack's words were more than motivational, they were a call to action. He shared that true achievement isn't about personal gain alone but about creating a meaningful lifestyle, one filled with purpose, impact, and joy. Each insight he offered was a reminder that success, in the end, is a journey, one where small steps, guided by a clear vision, can lead to extraordinary results. For Jack Ma, a strong life philosophy is the cornerstone of lasting success. He believes that understanding what you know, and just as crucially, what you don't know, can deeply shape your path forward. Knowledge is power, but it's also a responsibility, one that demands self-awareness and humility. This foundation, according to Ma, sets the stage for navigating life's complexities with wisdom. Embracing a philosophy that values questioning and reflection helps us avoid costly mistakes down the line. Instead of acting on impulse, each decision becomes a thoughtful choice, a step closer to a fulfilling life. Consider how great thinkers and innovators like Steve Jobs used their philosophy to guide decisions that not only shaped their lives but also impacted millions. When we build a life on such a solid foundation, we're better prepared to resist external influences and maintain focus. Jack Ma believes that investing in a clear philosophy gives us a deeper sense of purpose and resilience. Have you considered if your life is truly built on principles that will sustain your success? In a world filled with distractions, Jack Ma warns us about the dangers of investing too much energy into what's insignificant. He emphasizes that our focus should be on what genuinely drives us forward, leaving the trivial behind. When we channel our energy into meaningful pursuits, every step becomes a deliberate choice towards a life rich with purpose. Jack Ma's philosophy encourages us to live with intention, making each decision count. Imagine life as a river. Energy wasted on minor obstacles only slows the current, while a focused flow cuts through any barrier. Recognizing this helps us maintain clarity, giving our actions purpose rather than feeling like scattered efforts. By prioritizing the essentials, we build a foundation for genuine success. Ma's approach challenges us to weigh each choice carefully, directing our lives towards fulfillment rather than emptiness. What are you focusing on today that truly counts? Or are you getting caught up in the little things that steal away your dreams? For Jack Ma, a positive attitude isn't just a mindset, it's a choice that shapes our daily actions. He highlights the power of proactivity, pushing forward with enthusiasm even in challenging times. This approach, according to Ma, is what separates those who thrive from those who merely survive. Ma's perspective on attitude challenges us to find strength, even when things seem bleak. It's about treating every task, no matter how small, with dedication and care. Think of someone who shows up to work daily with purpose, regardless of the paycheck. That unwavering commitment is the essence of a proactive attitude. By embracing a positive outlook, we become architects of our future. Jack Ma reminds us that our decisions and perspectives are key to transforming obstacles into opportunities. How do you approach challenges? Do you see them as barriers or as stepping stones? Jack Ma urges us to cultivate anticipation instead of apathy when looking toward the future. According to him, the way we envision our future directly influences our actions today. Setting meaningful goals brings clarity and keeps us moving forward with purpose. This sense of anticipation is not about anxiety. Rather, it's about aligning our current efforts with our desired future. For example, Ma suggests that without a clear vision, we end up living by others' expectations instead of our own. The future, in this light, becomes something we actively shape rather than passively accept. Taking control of our destiny, as Ma puts it, requires us to commit to our personal growth and purpose. Each goal set today acts as a bridge to tomorrow's successes, encouraging us to live a life of direction rather than drifting. Are you actively planning your future, or are you letting life simply happen to you? Jack Ma reminds us that no one achieves success alone. He believes deeply in the value of mutual support, emphasizing that our communities contribute greatly to our accomplishments. Ma's insights suggest that when we build others up, we strengthen our own foundation for growth. This perspective on community is a reminder that we're all interconnected. Think of any great achievement. Behind every successful individual stands a group of people who offered encouragement, guidance, and camaraderie. This network, Ma argues, is an essential part of a fulfilling journey. By contributing to those around us, we enrich our own lives as well as the world. Ma's wisdom calls us to recognize the power of relationships and the role they play in our personal and collective success. Who do you rely on in your journey, and how can you support others in theirs? According to Jack Ma, self-esteem and improvement go hand in hand. He believes that personal worth is rooted in consistent effort, a belief that pushes us to strive for our best regardless of the situation. The stronger our commitment to self-growth, the stronger our self-esteem becomes. This approach shows us that value isn't something handed to us, it's something we create through our dedication. Picture someone working tirelessly to refine their craft. It's this effort, not external validation, that truly elevates them. Ma encourages us to see self-worth as a product of resilience and progress. For Ma, the journey of self-improvement is one of life's most rewarding investments. Every action taken to better ourselves reinforces our confidence and shapes our future. So, are you investing in yourself with genuine intent, or are you waiting for validation from the outside world? Jack Ma stresses the importance of correcting our life philosophy early on. He emphasizes that addressing personal flaws and refining our guiding principles from a young age prepares us better for the future. A thoughtful philosophy of life aligns with a strategic, long-term perspective. When we think beyond short-term gains, we allow ourselves room to grow sustainably. Ma's emphasis on long-term vision encourages us to plan our lives like a blueprint, laying down a strong foundation that supports our aspirations. It's similar to building a house. Each decision is a brick that contributes to the stability of the whole structure. The earlier we align our philosophy with our goals, the stronger we stand against future challenges. This proactive mindset empowers us to shape our destiny with intentionality, embracing the journey ahead with clarity. Are you setting your life on a solid course, or are you just hoping for the best? For Jack Ma, stopping one's learning is like surrendering to stagnation. He advocates for continuous study and reflection, as knowledge fuels our ability to make informed, meaningful choices. Lifelong learning, to him, is a cornerstone of personal and professional success. Ma's approach to learning is rooted in curiosity. Imagine a friend who reads voraciously, finding wisdom in books and gaining perspectives they hadn't considered before. It's this drive for understanding that sharpens our decision-making and enriches our lives with purpose. The pursuit of knowledge not only prevents us from wasting time on empty pursuits but also opens doors to deeper insights. Jack Ma's philosophy inspires us to keep learning, no matter where we are in life. Are you nurturing your mind and expanding your horizons, or are you settling for what you already know? For Jack Ma, discipline is the backbone of success. He emphasizes that our commitment to ourselves is the highest form of self-respect, setting the standard for what we're willing to achieve. Discipline fuels confidence and allows us to feel accomplished in our endeavors. Ma's view of personal commitment challenges us to uphold our promises to ourselves. Think of athletes who push beyond their limits daily. Their discipline is what propels them forward. This dedication to self is the true mark of respect and ultimately the driving force behind lasting success. By developing discipline, we lay the groundwork for self-confidence and a fulfilled life. Ma's insights inspire us to honor our potential by consistently showing up for ourselves. Are you living up to your own standards, or are you holding back from becoming your best self? Jack Ma believes that carrying the past as a burden restricts our future. He advises us to use past experiences as lessons rather than weights, freeing ourselves to build a brighter tomorrow. Transforming memories into wisdom rather than regrets is key to moving forward with a positive outlook. This approach invites us to view the past as a source of insight rather than limitation. Imagine a friend who overcame a difficult chapter, now stronger and wiser for it. It's this ability to grow from past struggles that liberates us to pursue our dreams without restraint. Ma's wisdom encourages us to let go of past mistakes and embrace new possibilities. By releasing what no longer serves us, we make room for what's yet to come. Are you using your past as a teacher, or are you letting it hold you back? Jack Ma highlights the importance of having a clear, inspiring vision for the future. He believes that setting concrete goals provides direction, helping us to live each day with purpose and clarity. A well-defined vision acts as a guiding light through life's uncertainties. Creating a vision isn't about controlling the future, it's about shaping it. Think of individuals like Elon Musk, who pursued ambitious goals that seemed impossible, yet their vision propelled them forward. Such clarity offers us the motivation to keep moving, no matter the obstacles. With a compelling vision, each action becomes purposeful, drawing us closer to our dreams. Ma's insights urge us to ask ourselves, are we clear about where we're headed, or are we drifting without aim? Success, according to Jack Ma, is a collective endeavor. He stresses the importance of mutual support, reminding us that giving and receiving help enriches everyone involved. Ma's philosophy of contribution underscores the power of community in achieving meaningful, sustainable success. This outlook invites us to see the value in both helping others and accepting assistance. Imagine the impact of a workplace where colleagues genuinely support each other's growth. Such environments are fertile ground for success, benefiting everyone who contributes to the shared mission. Through mutual contribution, we create a world that's both fulfilling and inspiring. Jack Ma's wisdom challenges us to view success not just as personal, but as a collective victory. How are you contributing to a better world, and who's supporting you on your journey? Now that you've explored these transformative principles, ask yourself, what will you do with this knowledge? Each insight Jack Ma shared serves as a blueprint for anyone seeking genuine success, not just in business but in life. Are you ready to embrace discipline, prioritize what truly matters, and keep learning every day? Remember, the path to greatness is built on small, consistent actions. Share in the comments which part resonated with you most, and come back to this video anytime you need a reminder to stay motivated. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more insights like these. Be sure to watch our next video, Jack Ma's Secret to Shaping Your Future. Transform your reality now, where we'll dive into another powerful lesson to keep you inspired.